UFC 319. White gives update on two fighters after brutal knockouts. UFC 319 in Chicago was a wild night, filled with incredible fights and some truly jaw-dropping finishes. While Khamzat Chimaev's dominant performance in the main event rightly earned him the middleweight title and a well-deserved bonus, the real buzz came from the brutal knockouts that stole the show. Two of those knockouts, in particular, were so powerful they had fans and analysts holding their breath. Now, UFC President Dana White has given an update on the two fighters who were on the receiving end of those devastating losses. Let's break down what happened and what we know about their conditions. The knockouts that left everyone speechless. The night saw not one, but two incredible spinning elbow knockouts, an extremely rare feat in the UFC. One came from Carlos Prates, who unleashed a perfectly timed spinning elbow that put an end to his fight against Geoff Neal in the very first round. It was an absolutely stunning display of power and precision. But that wasn't the only one. In a highly anticipated fight, Lerone Murphy faced off against Aaron Plico. Plico, a former Bellator star making his UFC debut, was met with a similarly shocking spinning elbow from Murphy, who ended the fight in the first round as well. The knockout was so spectacular that it immediately put Murphy in the conversation for the next featherweight title challenger, and he even caught the attention of champion Alexander Volkanovski. These were two of the most impressive and scary finishes of the night, leaving many concerned about the well-being of Neal and Plico. Dana White's medical update. Following the event, Dana White addressed the media and provided a much-needed update on the two fighters. Plico was transferred, White said. I haven't heard anything about Geoff. I think he's okay. But Plico, I'm no doctor, but I'm going to say he has a concussion for sure. But we haven't heard anything back that anything bad is happening. He's getting checked for his head and face. While it's reassuring to hear that there doesn't appear to be any major or life-threatening issues, it's clear that both fighters took some serious damage. It just goes to show you the level of athleticism, power, and risk that these athletes put on the line every time they step into the octagon. Will the UFC change how they hand out bonuses? The topic of fighter bonuses also came up during the post-fight press conference. With so many amazing knockouts and finishes, it's easy to wonder if the UFC will ever change its system to award bonuses for every finish, rather than just a select few. White was asked about this and gave his thoughts on why the current system works and why he has no plans to change it. Finishes are part of it, he explained. I mean, when you think about it, other than Khamzat Chimaev, the finishes were the other bonuses. I think you have to mix everything into the equation, a great performance. I don't want to put myself in a box with just finishes. White's point is that the UFC values a well-rounded and spectacular performance, not just a quick finish. A fighter might have a dominant decision win, an incredible submission, or a highlight reel knockout. All of these are considered in the bonus decision. This approach encourages fighters to put on the best performance possible, whether that's a quick finish or a 3-round war. What do you think about the UFC's bonus system? Is it fair, or do you think every fighter who gets a finish should automatically receive a bonus? The aftermath. What's next for the knockout victims? The brutal reality of combat sports is that these devastating moments are part of the game. For both Geoff Neal and Aaron Plico, their immediate future will involve a period of rest and recovery. The UFC has strict medical suspension protocols for fighters who suffer knockout losses, and both men will have to get clearance from doctors before they can even think about stepping back into the octagon. This isn't just about recovering from the physical blow. It's about giving their brains time to heal. For Plico, a highly touted prospect making his UFC debut, the loss to Lerone Murphy is a tough pill to swallow. However, one loss doesn't define a career. He has an incredible skill set and a bright future, and this experience will likely serve as a powerful learning moment. The question now is how he bounces back. Will he refine his striking defense and come back stronger? We'll have to wait and see. As for Needle, this is his second consecutive loss. He's a veteran fighter known for his durability, but these kinds of knockouts can take a toll. He'll need to regroup and reassess his game plan. What do you think both fighters need to do to get back on track?